So we are living through a global pandemic that has changed the world as we know it. You may have just heard that today over 10 million Americans applied for unemployment benefits and that the economy is really collapsing. Like there's this recession happening. And on top of that, whether you're watching this video maybe sometime in the future, the need to create multiple streams of income, the need to learn now being quarantined maybe and trying to figure out how to make money from home or how to just pay the bills is greater than ever before. And so in this video, I am joined by guest Angie Lee, and we're going to be talking about some side hustle ideas, 15 high-paying online jobs that you can do from home this year. And again, one of the things that I think about when we get into this is not just when we are in crisis mode, but that more than ever before, our economy is being disrupted and nothing is for certain anymore. Like it's important that you have multiple income streams just for diversity, just for safety. You know, the IRS revealed that the average millionaire has 7 different income streams. So no matter who you are, it's time to get your side hustle on. And I'm so excited because today I'm joined by Angie Lee, top 20 podcaster featured by Entrepreneur and Forbes. Angie Lee, how's it going? And welcome to the show.
Hello! What's going on, guys?
Man,
Can you see me and hear me?
I can see you. I can hear you. I'm fired up that you are here. And for those that are just meeting you, tell us a little bit about your background, what you do in business, and the ups and downs of your side hustles.
Yeah, absolutely. I started as a blogger in 2019 from my dorm room. I hated college and traditional schooling, so I started a blog, not knowing that it would grow into a personal brand and be something that I could actually monetize. But over time, I built an audience. I stayed very consistent on video and podcasting and built an audience, which was crazy. And that's when I really started to dabble into digital marketing. How could I take this passion for, at the time, was wellness and fitness and make money from it online? You know, I didn't want to be in class. So I wanted to make some side money to pay off my $100,000 of debt from college. And so what did I do? I Googled how to make money online. And this was exactly 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about how much I've grown and what's happened and the ups and the downs. And that's when I really tapped into starting a podcast, digital courses, coaching, consulting, affiliate marketing, live events. I have a DTC brand. I'm kind of in a bunch of different spaces now. But to be honest, I'm so grateful that during this time, my most stable ones are the ones that are digital or affiliate marketing. So that's what happened. You know, I started building an audience, just sharing my life because I love sharing my weird, my weird life with everybody. And you know, over time, like anything, I'm sure YouTubers say this, I just wanted to share with people my tips and helpful advice. And now it's built this brand that helps hundreds of thousands of women to start their own businesses and to make money from home. So now more than ever, it's crazy that I'm grateful that I built a personal brand and I'm in the position I am, because if not, I could be in a really bad position due to what happened.
Yeah, and some people may just be in shock mode right now. In fact, tell us in the comments, what's your situation? Are you still employed? Or are you just looking for a side hustle? Or have you been laid off? Or have your hours been cut back? And before we get into these 15 tips, I think it's important, and I would love to hear from you, you know, when it comes down to creating multiple streams of income, I think it's important that like you identify maybe a skill that you already have or a skill that you could learn. Because right
Yes.
now there's always somebody who either doesn't know how to do something, so they want to hire somebody, or there's people who just don't want to do something, people that need to delegate. And I know you've worked with people, whether contractors, freelancers, or team members, so do we. And of course, that's kind of what we're going to be getting into. We're living in the gig economy. So tell us in the comments, like, what's maybe a skill you have? And another question would be personality. You know, we're going to talk about a lot of different opportunities, but some people maybe aren't as strong on video. Angie Lee's this major podcaster. That's audio. Maybe you're a better writer. There's opportunities in every area. So out of those 3, video, audio, or writing, what do you think is your greatest skill? Angie Lee, for your community, what do you try to do to help people get clear on their zone of genius before we even get into like picking a side hustle?
Yeah, I believe it's something that one is your skill set. The market pays for skills. So a lot of times in life, there's things that we want to do, but we're not willing to commit to building that skill set, or we don't have it. So to be honest, it's not always just about what you want to do. It's about a problem that you can solve in the market. And that's what marketing is, just filling a need and filling a problem. And I actually think more than ever, because of all the problems that are going to arise because of what happened, you guys, this is the time to become an entrepreneur and an online entrepreneur, because the more problems there are in the market, the more entrepreneurs are born, because that's what entrepreneurs are. We're problem solvers. So for me, it's really about, what are you passionate about, but also what do you have a skill set in? Being realistic, right? I mean, I'm passionate maybe about knitting, or, collecting cards, or I don't know, maybe I'm a cat lady, right? We can have all these random hobbies and passions, but it doesn't mean I'm going to make money from those things always. So being really realistic, especially in a time right now where you want to double down and make fast cash, or a little bit faster cash, I think it's about knowing, what do you have a skill set in? What can you teach people? And this could be something so simple, you guys. This doesn't need to be anything like that crazy. This could be you, gosh, I mean, you know how to garden. I mean, people now are launching cooking courses online, because people are stuck at home and don't know how to cook. So you can take something that seems basic to you, but you've developed a skill set in, and then teach that to other people in a bunch of different formats: coaching, consulting, ebooks, courses, affiliate marketing. So I really think it's limitless. And now with so many people at home, really brainstorming, okay, people are at home, they're stressed, they're anxious. What can I do in the business space, the wellness space, that would help people to feel confident right now?
That's so powerful. And so I'm excited to get in these tips. If you're fired up, hit the like button. And we're going to just break down some options and talk about some opportunities in those. And the first one is being a virtual assistant. Now, of course, the opportunity here, one website to write down. And if you don't have a journal yet or something, take some notes, because Angie Lee is going to be dropping some major value. But you could go to a site like Upwork.com, and there's many, and not only hire people to do certain things online, but you could also apply and actually offer your skills, as Angie Lee was just talking about. So when it comes to being a virtual assistant, what are some of the opportunities there, or maybe even people you know that do kind of online freelancing in this arena?
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. My main VA, my main girl, is actually running webinars right now to teach other VAs about what she does, and what she does for me as my main girl, because she's actually one of my team members as an online entrepreneur that I would not drop, because she's so valuable to me right now, you guys. So, yes, there are business owners and CEOs who are laying off people, but a VA, honestly, is kind of the last person they're going to drop, because they're so necessary right now. So, I would honestly think to yourself, what can you help an online entrepreneur with, or a small business with? Even with Soul CBD, this could be a social media manager, this can be contracts, helping with emails, responding to DMs for influencers and entrepreneurs. Oh my goodness, this can be graphics, this can be so many different things you do as a VA to make sure that the entrepreneur is assisted. But you guys, more than ever, as entrepreneurs, as online entrepreneurs are going to rise, I think that this is going to be, gosh, such a booming next year or two for online entrepreneurs. That means the need for VAs is going to increase. The demand is going up, so the supply needs to go up. So, gosh, if you guys have an organizational left brain type of, if you're left brained and you're organized, I think this is the time to be a virtual assistant, and you get to work from home and maybe do some really cool work. I mean, man, that's what I would probably do if I had those skills and I didn't do what I did. So,
Yeah, and like it's kind of endless what you could do. This might be,
oh yeah.
not a lot of travel being booked right now, but it could be email inbox management. Maybe you transcribe or write for somebody, or just doing bookkeeping for somebody. So many different
Yeah.
skill sets within that to partner up with somebody else. And so, number two, as far as ways to make money from home's network marketing. And again, this is 15 different ways to have high paying income streams from home online. And it is such a crazy time that we're in, right? Because we have just seen the extension of stay-at-home orders and whatnot. But network marketing sometimes kind of gets a bad rap, but it's so powerful. And when you have a product you believe in, when you have something that can make a difference in the lives of others, you basically get a business in a box, and you're in business for yourself. But I know you've got some people in your community that do network marketing in a lot of cool ways. So what do you think the opportunity for network marketing is right now?
Yeah. If you guys think about it, the two industries that are booming right now and that are going to be recession proof, I think always are, or mostly recession proof, are wellness, and then teaching other people how to make money online. So, guys, there are some network marketing companies out there that are both. It's a wellness brand where you're teaching other women or men how to, one, make money from home, and two, how to stay fit or stay healthy. So I'm telling all my network marketers that I coach, like, guys, this might be your time to really double down. And maybe all the people that you prospected months ago said, I don't know, I don't need residual income, I don't need money from home, what is that, blah blah blah, I don't want to do network marketing. This might be the time to really double down and to present that opportunity as a network marketer. and to really show them, hey, this is the time, whether it's an extra $100 a week. Guys, an extra $100 a week can change people's lives. You don't have to go full blown in it for it to be incredible and life changing for you or another person's family. And then wellness, right? If you guys are really passionate about a wellness product you're using, why not get paid to share about it with other people? You're already using it. So guys, whether it's, I mean, there's so many different companies and brands out there, but I think that this actually will be the year of network marketing. It was already big, but I think now more people might be interested in it.
Yeah, it's something like $150 billion industry already. And I saw some good questions coming on. That is this only for the USA? You know, virtual assistants are global. That's that tip number one. And network marketing companies are too. Now, naturally, you always have to think about your local region. And I think you also have to think about where's your target audience, because the power of online business is it really doesn't matter where you're located. It just matters who you're serving. Because if, as content creators, we can create a YouTube channel, a podcast, a blog, and the readership could be in the US, Australia, Canada. You could live anywhere. And if you deliver content, deliver value, and connect them to products and services, then you really could do this from anywhere in the world. And, you know, when I think about network marketing, some people in our community, they do doTERRA, they do essential oils. I start every day with my humidifier and my, Breathe, doTERRA. You know, CBD is blowing up right now. You've got your own CBD brand. You know, you're like the queen of everything niche health biohacking products, like following you on Instagram. Like, so when you think about maybe some of the hottest network marketing or just relevant, like what are some companies you know of that maybe friends are a part of?
Yeah, a lot of the women I coach are in Beachbody, Isogenics, Monet. That's a wellness, a beauty one right now. So for you women who are passionate about beauty. But here's the thing, guys. I believe the best way to do network marketing is ideally to be building your personal brand while you're doing it. And network marketing is just an element of your personal brand. You just happen to be partnered with a product line. It's not, oh, I'm a sales rep for this company now. That's how you stay in it for the long haul and do well. And that's how it can become actually a full-time job. So if you want to be in Monet and you want to be a beauty influencer, guys, this is your time to start your channel around beauty or your Instagram around on beauty and create content around beauty. And then one of the income streams is network marketing until it becomes your entire income stream. But in the beginning, I think what's realistic is about having it be one of the income streams. Maybe you're an affiliate marketer, network marketer. You also are paid by ads on YouTube. I mean, there's ways where you can incorporate it in where it's not the only thing you rely on, which I think can be really smart. And building a personal brand, as you know, I'm sure you're going to get into this. That's the smartest thing you guys all can do right now is use this time to build that. And really from that, you can capitalize on a bunch of things.
Yeah. Really, really good tips. Well, hey, number 3, and we'll pick up speed here, is graphic designer. Now, again, these are some of those niche type of things that you could do, but it makes me think recently, we went to a website called designcrowd.com because we needed some graphic design work done. And we put out kind of some things we wanted. A bunch of different designers submitted their, kind of mock-ups. We picked one, and we ended up paying that graphic designer almost $300 to work on this project for us. And so that's definitely one as well. Yeah, Angie Lee?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think graphic designers, again, guys, as online entrepreneurs are on the rise, there's going to be more of a need for graphic work. That is honestly, if you have a skill set in art or you're willing to get good at it, right? This is about you either have the skill or you're open to becoming really good at getting, you're open to working on it and becoming great at that thing and developing that skill. I think graphic design work's always in need. I mean, we have a person on full-time for Soul CBD just for graphics. And then even my own brand, I have someone that is literally creating graphics all the time for stuff. So you guys, it is in need. And I think it's going to become more in need.
Man, if you get value out of this video, hit the like button and, write some of these things down and let us know in the comments. Again, what do you think what's standing out to you? What's like one of your skills that you maybe have or a skill you could learn? Again, our income is correlated to the amount of value that we can put into the marketplace. Yep. And so sometimes it's about learning a skill. And this next one, man, Angie Lee and I both geek out on number 4, affiliate marketing. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. I've got a whole series here on YouTube about using YouTube, maybe doing reviews or just talking about products and having links in the description. Amazon's big for us. We have a tech channel, but man, Angie Lee does it really in different ways. And so when you think of affiliate marketing, what kind of advice do you give to people?
And affiliate marketing, ooh, it's one of my favorites, but it is one where it's a little bit more, it's easier to do if you have a brand, right, guys? And you have a tribe. Now, this tribe doesn't need to be massive, but they need to be loyal and engaged. This could be 1,000 super fans, and you're recommending to them a product or a course that you love or a piece of technology that you love. And that's sharing Sean's, Amazon link to something he does, right? And I think realizing that you can do that too, right? Maybe there's products that you're using that you're sharing someone else's link, not even realizing they're getting a cut from that. And if you guys have a YouTube channel or a podcast or you're active on Instagram, you're already recommending products all day long to people probably that you love and use, wellness, business, tech. So you may as well start with Amazon. And no, it's not a ton in the beginning, but again, you guys, this is all about creating multiple income streams and everything adds up. But for me, I do it a lot with courses, and that seems to be the most profitable as far as the payouts, right? The payouts are going to be higher on a course than it is necessarily than it is maybe on a small piece of equipment, like it's some dumbbells or a small piece of tech. So for me, I do it a lot with courses. So what courses have you guys taken? What maybe certifications have you done that you loved, and reaching out to those companies and saying, hey, do you have an affiliate program? Even with Soul CBD, we have an affiliate program. People are paid to share the product. And you'd be surprised, you guys, if you have a tribe who wants what you have and they trust you, then it's game over. I think I remember telling Sean, I didn't realize I could be a full-time affiliate marketer. And that was about 70% of my income last year, you guys, is affiliate marketing. That's insane. Like, that's crazy.
And of course, it kind of, we talk about this more
Mhm.
at the end, and we've got some tips on personal branding, but that's also
Yeah.
because you've built a personal brand in a
Yeah.
particular niche. So once you have a level of people following you for a certain reason, and same thing, it started very slow when it was smaller items like tech, but now we make significant income because we're at scale with ranked YouTube videos and different things like that. And so affiliate marketing is one of our favorite ways to generate income. Of course, here on Think Media, we've got a whole series out. And so if you haven't watched that series, we'll link it up on the YouTube card and put all of the show notes and details of this episode in the YouTube description down below. But we go deep into affiliate marketing and how you can use that with YouTube. Also, shout out to Heather on our team. She's in the chat if you're here live. And if you have a question, hit her up. And you can always go to talkwiththink.com too. That's a good way to get in touch with us related to any questions you have if you need help with any of these things. But number 5 out of the 15 ways, high-paying ways to make money online, whether you need to fully replace your income right now or whether you are looking for side income and creating multiple streams, is digital products or online courses. Angie Lee just mentioned that she, as an affiliate for other people's courses, is one of the ways she makes significant revenue in her business. But you could also create your own course. What are some of the online courses your tribe is creating, Angie Lee?
Yeah, ooh, this one's a good one. And again, all of these are long-term or short-term cash ideas. This one is a little bit more short-term. Let's say you even have 20, 50 super fans and you have expertise in something. To be an expert, it means it's something you've experienced. I think the best experts aren't the people necessarily who have the most credentials. They're the people who can actually get the most results and have experienced it. So let's say you're a stay-at-home mom and you've figured out how to lose weight from home after having your kids, and you don't even go to the gym, but you do these 20-minute a day workouts. You have this interesting nutrition plan you came out with, this system, packaging that, putting that into a digestible course for people. I mean, guys, you sell that to 10 people for $400 or $500. It's a passive course. That's fast cash. Or make it a little bit more expensive, add a live coaching aspect to it. I mean, game over. I always say the fastest ways to make money are always going to be coaching or courses, right? Service-based things will always make you the fastest amount of money. Now, you are obviously giving you are giving a lot of time whenever you're doing service-based things. But as you build your brand, then you can start incorporating more of these things like affiliate marketing, passive products, these things that don't take as much of your time, but you've built the brand. So guys, you're always either trading time or money, right? So in the beginning, you need fast cash right now. We're in a sticky situation with the economy. Coaching and services are going to be your best friend.
Yeah, that's a great point. And with coaching, the nice thing is you actually don't have to sit down and create a course. You could basically just put up a PayPal page, build your personal brand on
Yep.
Instagram, and potentially have it go down in the DMs and say, sure, you can jump on with me for an hour or whatever, and just take them to a sales page and actually get that fast cash. Creating an online course, if it's any course of any size is kind of a long game too, and you may want to refine the details of it and whatnot. It could be challenging. I know I bit off an academy for my first course. Thank God Heather Torres helped and was there around those times. And even still, I mean, it wasn't just like a 4-video thing. It was Video Ranking Academy. About just killed me because it was a little bit of heavy lifting right up front. But yeah, online courses are a super powerful option, and digital products in general, because the cool thing about digital products, you're in a direct-to-consumer brand. You have packaging, shipping, returns, warehousing, all these kinds of things. And so there's margins are different. On a digital course, your margins are just kind of like the fees of running your software. Just you use Kajabi. We use Kajabi as well. If you want to check out the online course building software we use, we'll put a link in the description below. And the cost of running a digital course can be, and getting it started can really just be like a webcam, a computer. The software isn't too crazy. But what are your thoughts on the practicality of biting off a digital course well when you're just getting started?
Yeah, guys, I'm so grateful that I kept the digital aspect of my business really, really lean. You know, I made multiple 6 figures, or my first 6 figures, without many people even helping me, just launching my courses by myself because I didn't have a ton to invest. So if you're sitting there right now and you're like, I can't build a team, I can't buy product, I don't think you should go start a DTC line, right? Something like our physical product line, of course, is going to cost us more. So again, that's more of a long-term, you've built somewhat of a personal brand, and then physical products while you sleep can start making you money. But in the beginning, when it comes to courses and coaching, I think because the overhead is so low in the digital space, it's the smartest thing you can do. Maybe you need a VA, maybe you can just have it be you in the beginning, putting together this course, keeping it simple, using programs like Zoom and Kajabi, which those combined might cost you 150, under $200 a month to maintain. So as long as you're making at least $200 a month, I mean, guys, the good thing is a lot of these platforms are not a ton to do. They make it very user-friendly, easy to use. The investment is not too high. Gosh, you may as well. And even if it's 5, 10 people joining, I mean, gosh, it's faster cash than if you were to put together a physical product, or, you know, try to get into, again, even Amazon affiliate marketing. A lot of these things, they take a little bit more time and a little bit of a larger audience. So for you newbies who are listening, because I feel like that's who's been reaching out to me a lot lately, is the women who just need fast cash and want to monetize in their expertise. That's where I would go to coaching, putting together a quick program.
I love that. And a quick case study from, I remember back in 2015, 14 for me, we were actually in a super hard season. We had moved to a place where the cost of living was 70% more than it was here. And my salary, I was working at a church at the time, was not enough to even cover our bills. And so I was looking for side hustles. I was looking for side hustle ideas. And one of the things that I actually launched was an ebook. Now, it wasn't crazy lucrative, but I did write a book called YouTube for Churches as I was working at a church. And, all I did was I got this little piece of software called like EPUB, typed it up in Word, had someone proof it. I put energy into it. I wasn't like cutting corners, but it was all digital. It was only ever an ebook. $8, and you keep 70% of that revenue. And the book ended up generating a couple $1,000s on the side using social media to help a certain niche group of people, churches, learn how to use YouTube. And so to sit down and write a book, it's going to take some time potentially, but there's a lot of high power things you could maybe teach in 30 pages, 60 pages, and maybe have a $7, $10 ebook. And again, if you got nothing else to do, and remember, let's bring it back. What's your strongest skill? Are you a strong writer? Do you want to just jump on camera, go live? Do you want to jump on audio? There's so many different ways to do this. And so digital products are really powerful. And if you get value, hit the like button. And also, quick shout out to that. This actually Saturday, we just put on a live training. If you're on the replay, you can still check out the URL to maybe see the wait list or whatever. But I'm actually doing a live training this Saturday at ideatoincome.tips, really talking about digital products and some of the lessons, mistakes I've made on those. So if you want to register for that live class, I'll be able to take some extended Q&A. Just check out link in the description below. Ideatoincome.tips. Angie Lee, we're only on point number 6. So we're going to go into a semi-lightning round, but I doubt it'll even be that. But point number 6 from Angie Lee's Instagram, by the way, you got to follow her. We'll, of course, shout her out later. She had a great post about some of these things. Number 6 is online tutoring and teaching English. Break down a little info about what you could do with that.
Yeah, guys, children are home from school. And I know you moms are like, I know, you may be going bananas and you don't want to homeschool. So I've heard through the grapevine, I don't have kids yet, but I've heard through the grapevine that that's really stressful for moms right now. Again, when the problems increase, entrepreneurship, there's a demand. So this is the time for you to be what I would call maybe a contractor. You don't want to go full blown start a course or anything like that, but you have experience teaching a language, you have experience teaching even math to kids. I mean, you feel confident doing that, or you have some sort of license as a teacher. Guys, people are looking for online tutoring right now. Super cool. So Spanish, English, math. I mean, kids are at home. People have been telling me with their kids that their kids are on Zoom learning from these digital teachers right now. It's super cute. These little like 8-year-olds watching Zoom. Like this is a thing now.
That's so crazy. And there's all kinds of websites you could just Google it, but like Teach Away, VIP Kid. These can pay like $19 an hour, $25 an hour. And so awesome that there's these kinds of opportunities exist. And in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of the world being disrupted, man, Zoom stock, the video conferencing software, has gone up almost 30% in the last month. Everything's going live. Everything is going, digital. This is the time. You got to be, whether it's YouTube, a blog, a podcast. And it's cool that online tutoring is an opportunity for doing that. Now, the next one, number 7, is becoming a digital marketer or doing something related to digital marketing. And, when I think about this, there's a lot of things. This is, running Facebook ads or ads for people, marketing automation consultant. I think about Melissa on our team. She's setting up autoresponders and she's writing emails and she's building the back end of Kajabi and different things. People, if you learn SEO, search engine optimization, or video SEO, or copywriting, that kind of spans beyond this. But of course, in digital marketing, which is not copywriting content so it doesn't get plagiarized or whatever. Copywriting would be like writing persuasive marketing copy that can sell a product for a brand, a physical product, a clothing line, or for another marketer, online course creator. For digital, for someone on this topic, what advice would you give if someone's like, that sounds cool, I want to get into that? What are your tips?
Yeah, I mean, you summed it up really nicely, but you guys, if you have that skill to be organized and you have a strong left brain to do systems and funnels, and listen, I'm a big picture creative, and there are hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs like me who need these people on their team and will pay them well, because I do not do the funnels. I do not set up any of our automations. Guys, I'm big picture creative. I got the idea. I get on the Zooms. This is what I do. And then they do the rest. So knowing that there are a lot of online entrepreneurs who need assistance with this. And if you've got a knack for, funnels and numbers and analytics, this is your jam. This is for you. There are people who need help with this for sure.
I love it. Number 8 is Amazon remote jobs. And of course, Amazon shipping, and they've been hiring hundreds of thousands of employees. But what would be these remote jobs?
Yeah, I was looking this up when I was researching, and there are so many things, you guys. I didn't realize that Amazon has remote jobs. So essentially, you go to Amazon.com. At the bottom, you guys, there's job opportunities. Click remote, and you can see all the things that you can do literally from home to help Amazon stay functioning. Obviously, Amazon is a massive, massive company, and they don't only need people with their hands on the packages delivering in the factories and the warehouses. They need people from home doing the organizational, the back end, almost like the VA work for Amazon. So check it out, you guys. I mean, and keep in mind, some of these might not be jobs you do forever or something that you want to do forever, but that's okay to do something temporarily to get by or as a side hustle and to test something out, right? There's no shame in that. I think during a time like this, removing that shame and stress around doing maybe one of these jobs just to pay the bills while you're also pursuing your entrepreneurial passion or another passion online as well.
So powerful. Number 9, as far as tips here, is starting a YouTube channel. And I could probably speak to that just a little. And make sure you're subscribed if you haven't subscribed to Think Media, because that's one of the main purposes of this channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. And we help people with the best tips and tools for building their influence with online video. And YouTube is our jam. Wrote the book with Benji Travis, YouTube Secrets. And so that might be a resource you want to check out. The disclaimer is some of these jobs you might say, okay, I can do tutoring, for a few hours a day, 8 hours a day, as much as you can do to pay the bills right now and get some income going. But as Angie Lee recommended, you got to be building your personal brand, building your social media platforms. And some of these things are more of a long game. YouTube is not an overnight play, but now is the time to be thinking about positioning yourself. Nielsen released a stat that content consumption is up over 60% right now. And I mean, it makes sense. I don't know if you've been getting your screen time at the end of the week, Angie Lee. You already probably have a scary level of screen time like me, I'm sure. But it's like now doubled, because like we can't go anywhere. And so, but that makes sense. More
my story views doubled.
That makes
my story views doubled. Yeah.
That's more people. You didn't change anything, but content consumption went up. Look, it's create over consume right now. I get it. Come on, we're all for. We know that Carol Baskin started this pandemic, number one, and that the Tiger King is a great way to spend some time on Netflix. Come on, hit like for Tiger King and shout me out if you've seen it in the comments.
I am obsessed with Tiger King.
No, I know.
Guys,
how could you not be?
Save Joe. How save Joe? Why is no, he should not be in prison for life. Guys, that's our next episode. We're going to come on and bring Joe Exotic on. Okay.
That would be just epic. But, of course, right now it's really easy to fall into the show hole and just endlessly watch Netflix, but it is create over consume. Like you got to just punch fear in the face, punch perfectionism in the face and press record. And so when it comes to starting a YouTube channel, of course, we'll link to some videos down below. And we've got like a 90-minute training on that too that talks about how to, get views this year as well as monetize your channel. But I want to keep going to number 10, and that's a social media manager. Angie Lee, what would you say here?
Yeah, I was thinking about this for Soul CBD, you guys. We have a social media manager, a girl who full-time runs our accounts, right? We're a DTC brand, a direct-to-consumer physical product line in the wellness space. And there are hundreds of thousands of companies like ours who are looking for women who are savvy with social, who can respond to comments, create content, work with a graphic designer to create all these things. Yeah, like our photographer team, our graphics did all this. She's responding to all of our comments, all of our DMs. I mean, that's a full-time job for her to be a social media manager. She's setting up the events when there was live events, setting up the live events with influencers and reaching out. She captured all these photos and managed that whole project. She's reaching out to people who tag and say, we love this. It's helped with my sleep and my anxiety. And then she reaches out and says, can you, are you open to a video? I mean, guys, social media managers, they're not going anywhere. If anything, we need more of them. And if you love social and maybe you don't necessarily want to have your own personal brand, but you love Instagram, you love Pinterest, you love YouTube, you love organizing all these things, tons of brands are looking for people to manage their social accounts, and you work from home, which is cool. You're there all day creating content or organizing the content.
No doubt.
So it's awesome.
Yeah, so if you think about it, clothing brands, not in addition to like slashing 40% off, 50% off sales everywhere to try to just stay afloat right now, are trying to stand out. They need to master social media. DTC, aka direct to consumer brands like Soul CBD, which you haven't checked that out. One of my favorite products. I start my morning, by the way, Angie, just cracked open some of the orange flavor. And you have the best tasting, for me, just in general, for those that are maybe new to just CBD, is just sleep, anxiety. And I have RSI from editing video for so many years. And so it's just kind of like a tennis elbow type of a thing. And so anyways, it's a product I love. And so I love your product. But I think about it, whether it's a physical product like Soul CBD, whether it's, a clothing brand, whether it's social media, personal brands, but even churches and nonprofits and stuff right now are like waking up like, shoot, we can't gather. There's no large gatherings. We need to master social media and take our social media game to a whole nother level. So being a social media manager, what does this mean? Remember, let's take it back to the beginning. You got to be skilled. You got to sharpen the saw, get skill, like level up and really be able to deliver results and value. Brand yourself, maybe put, that I help a certain type of people in your Instagram bio, and then head out there and start hitting people up, not in a spammy, pushy way, but trying to connect with people so you can land a few clients as a social media manager. But hey, the next one, number 11 is being a sales rep. Man, if you can sell right now, Angie Lee, how powerful is that?
Yeah. And adding to the last one real quick, guys, like restaurants right now, hairdressers. I know so many restaurant owners in my favorite places and my hairdressers who don't have good social. They don't know how to do social. They don't like social. And the minute life goes back online, they're going to wish they had a social presence. So reach out, pitch them and say, hey, listen, I'll create some pieces of content for you for free. I'll manage your account while things are crazy. So all these ideas, guys, this is not just industries for products. This is brick and mortar businesses that you love too. They need to be on Instagram too. Absolutely. A sales rep. So a sales rep is, oh gosh, this is awesome, especially for coaches and online entrepreneurs and companies that have a sales team, AKA people who are on the phones all day. And if you're personable, you're outgoing, you love humans, and you're a great salesperson, you're passionate, you make a great sales rep. And a lot of coaches are hiring sales reps now for high ticket sales. So when I used to own an online school and we had a lot of applicants, we would hire someone to sit there and do a lot of the sales calls for us. And that would take some of the burden and the time off of us, but they were skilled in assessing, is this person a perfect client? So guys, if you have the personality for sales, reach out to brands and say, are you hiring for sales right now? Because I can do that from home, whether it's on social or on the phone.
So powerful. Number 12, Angie Lee show on Instagram. Podcast or video editor. Man, what an opportunity. I got experience doing this, not only cutting my teeth in video years ago. In 2009, that's how I started a business called Clear Vision Media. I was a shooter and an editor. And that was, it was a side income. I was waiting tables. I was building a freelance business called Clear Vision Media. And I was working for all kinds of different clients and it was paying me, right? And now, just like people are waking up to needing social media, now they need their video content edited. You know, you might pitch a business owner that's shifting online, somebody that is trying to adapt to these times, and they shoot a bunch of videos for you on their phone, send you the Dropbox link, and you make them awesome, and then you distribute them across social media. That is a thing, but you got to really put in the work. What do you think? And then you've got a great podcast. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but what do you think about this editor role?
Yeah, when this happened, I thought of my podcast editor and my VA because I was like, dang, they are just in the good business right now because I'm not stopping my podcast, and YouTubers, they're not stopping. If anything, you're probably more motivated than ever to double down, make those affiliate relationships, and just keep producing content because you're winning by the fact if you keep producing right now, because that's what people are doing. They're listening to podcasts and they're watching YouTube. Guys, if you're kind of, again, left brain, a little nerdy techie, and you want to get in there and edit those audio files or those video files, you're maybe that person who, as a kid, you liked using iMovie and you're like, oh, I would love to edit videos. Reach out to online entrepreneurs, literally creep on entrepreneurs on Instagram, shoot them a video message. Hey, what's going on? I know how to edit. Let me do a sample video for you. Just play around with it, right? My podcast girl is sitting there all day editing this content that I don't want to do. And I think, gosh, it's such a valuable skill. And I think it's only going to go up because what we're going to see happen without a shadow of the doubt, I don't know if this is what you think, Sean, but I think that this is actually going to be the rise of online entrepreneurship. I think we thought we were at the rise, but we were really like the 1%. And now it's actually going to become a massive, massive industry, which means there's a lot of opportunity for these jobs like editors, VAs, social media managers.
Yeah, 100%. And there's no doubt about it. I agree with you. We're being forced into that reality, but thank God that there is the infrastructure of the internet, that there's low cost tools that from your smartphone, you can get into this from a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. And so absolutely. And that brings us to the next one, number 13 here. And that's being like a website designer or having a website design agency. What are your tips there?
Yeah, you guys might know what this is. This is essentially you create websites. So I have a company called Brand Up that I hired. They have a design aspect where we went through the visuals. And then there's the back end integration where someone's actually doing the coding. So there's different parts of the agency, whether this is you applying to work for an agency and you know how to do code or design, or you own one and you want to start your own where you're reaching out to entrepreneurs, business owners, restaurants, these brands and companies that are now using this time to revamp their personal brand because they have time on their hands and they're like, oh my God, maybe I'll actually fix my website now. No one ever wants to get around to doing it, but now is the time. They have time on their hands, reaching out and helping them to design it. And again, guys, a lot of these skills that we're talking about, they don't require you going back to college, which is great. A lot of these, we're talking a few $100 to take a VA course to learn how to be a VA. We're talking about watching YouTube videos. I mean, YouTube, this is the best school there is. So this isn't you going back to a physical school. the best VAs, the best podcast editors, the best website designers are people that just dove in, got messy, and were willing to learn. Like, these are just skill based. This is not, you need a double master's in something in coding, right? I think 15-year-olds are teaching themselves coding from YouTube in their bedroom. I think, like, that's where it happens. YouTube is school.
100%. And think, fam, if you've been getting value out of Angie Lee's tips and this video, can you hit the like button and maybe share this with somebody right now? I mean, we know that maybe you're kind of finding your industry unaffected by this, but there's a lot of people that have really been hit hard. And so we've already gone through 13 different options. And again, like, one might not stand out to you, or one might be something that's limited to you. But I think the point here is to paint a picture that there's so many opportunities. If you'd like to see a part 2, let me know in the comments, because as I was doing research and talking to people in our community, I have like a whole nother 10 to cover that are different things as the economy continues to shift. So if you're getting value out of this information, let us know. And the 14th tip, and we also have a couple bonus ways to fix your finances and save money, as well as some tips on personal branding that will also drop at the end, but is being a podcaster. And, you know, we recently launched a podcast called the Think Marketing Podcast. We're totally newbies. We're only 14 episodes in, but if you haven't checked it out, it's going to teach you a lot of these skills. And that's on Spotify and Apple, and we have a YouTube channel as well. So it's actually a video podcast, brand new venture for us. But Angie Lee is like the queen. She's a top 20 podcaster. She's been doing this forever, and 205 episodes in the Angie Lee show. And so Angie Lee, what are your thoughts here on how practical this is, how long it takes, and what advice you'd give people when it comes to not editing podcasts, although you might edit your own podcast when you start, but actually becoming the podcaster?
Yeah, guys, again, if you're passionate about a topic, you have value to bring, you have a good personality for podcasting, or a good voice, I would say, for podcasting. I'm going to be real with you. I've been a straight shooter this whole time. It is a little bit more of a long game, but it's not as long actually as I think as YouTube is, in a sense, because I mean, I've been podcasting for 4 or 5 years now. I remember making some of my first brand deals or sponsorships or affiliate checks from podcasting within a year and a half, 2 years. So depends. If you're good, start reaching out to brands that you love. Hey, I'd love to mention your product on the show. People can pay. Maybe it's $100 for 30 seconds of ad space, but guys, that's $100 you wouldn't have had. And where you really make money in podcasting in the beginning is not the sponsorships and the other brands and the third parties paying you. It's more so you actually promoting your own stuff, you building your own email list, you promoting it to your coaching course, like we said in the beginning, you promoting it to your services to make fast cash. So use your show as a funnel to grow your audience, to nurture them, for them to get to know you, and then they're going to want to work with you. So that's where I've made most of my money in podcasting.
I love that. And I'm excited to be able to hit you up for tips, because we're trying to actually figure out this podcasting thing. But Think Fam, we are going to be going into tip number 15 here in a second, way of making money. But we also have 3 ways to fix your finances in a second that we'll talk about right now, so you can kind of stop the bleeding. And then the best way to recession-proof your income after number 15. But number 15 is e-commerce or drop shipping. And, you know, again, this might take a little bit of investment, but this could be something like Etsy is technically e-commerce, and you're creating something, you're shipping it out to people. People are importing things, although that is disrupted a little bit. You know, maybe things are not coming from China right now, or where a lot of drop shipping and all the express type of things happen. But Shopify stores and Amazon, I mean, Amazon, the idea of just delivery in general and e-commerce, online shopping is going crazy. eMarketer told us social media consumption's up, and e-commerce is going to explode. It was already growing, but now we are literally forced to almost order everything online, at least for a few weeks or months. But I really feel like the world has shifted. What do you think the opportunity here is, Angie Lee?
I think this is huge for artists. You know, I have a lot of friends who do Etsy and now are doubling down, and they're really artistic. I mean, they have beautiful paintings, they make mugs, they make graphics and t-shirts. You know, I got my baby grandma mug. Somebody had to be a graphic designer to make that. And then somebody does the drop shipping. So again, whether this is merchandise, partnering with influencers or entrepreneurs that have merch, or this is you yourself saying, you know what, I'm going to start selling my paintings because one of your hobbies is painting, and you might as well see how much people will pay for your work on Etsy. So yeah, this one can be awesome for you guys who are artistic for sure.
I love that. And we have those tips for you coming up in just a second. But I do want to pass the question off to you guys and say, which one of these side hustles sounds best for you that you've just heard? We've gone through 15. And do you recommend any side hustles? Is there any way that you're making extra income? You know, some of the best tips and advice come from you, the Think Media community. So definitely drop those in the comment section, and we'd love to hear from you. But also check out Angie Lee's show on Instagram, of course, her website and everything else. Marketing ninja, podcaster, speaker. She's got one of the largest and most influential women's motivation and kind of personal development events called Pays to Be Brave. That who even knows what's happening with events? We got an event too, but geez, taking it day by day.
I don't know about that, but I'm excited about other stuff I'm doing because, you know, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But that's where, you know, being smart, you guys, and having other sources of income and not relying on my live event to make me all of my income was the smartest thing I did. So that's the best advice I can give you guys tonight is have multiple sources and use this time to realize that you don't want to be in this situation ever again when and if this ever happens again to the economy. So this is your time. This is such a beautiful opportunity to realize that you are more creative than you realize, right? And start making money in fun, different ways.
That's powerful. I want to throw this question out to you before we get into these 3 ways to fix your finances. But Simple to Success says, should you start 2 side hustles at once, like YouTube and create a course and drop shipping? What is your advice?
Woo! Depends how much time you have on your hands, girl. I mean, if you don't have kids and you've got a little bit of help and you're at home right now and maybe you lost your job and you can dedicate blocking out certain days for certain things, like, you know, creating content one day. I mean, I would start with 1 or 2 at a time to really go deep, master, become good. I believe if we have 3 things and we're half-assing 3 things, then we half-ass 3 things. So just be conscious and know, okay, am I half-assing them, or can I truly take on these things because I have help and the time to do it?
If you try and chase 2 rabbits, you end up catching neither of them. I think, and that's super wise, you kind of want to build one thing at a time, but at the same time, some of these are very complementary. So when you think about like YouTube and affiliate marketing and even podcasting, or podcasting and affiliate marketing are complementary, and you can kind of stack them and think about how they can be interwoven. 3 quick tips to also think about. I think right now it's not just about making money, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, Angie Lee, but I just wanted to share this with our community. You know, the first one is stop the bleeding. I really encourage you, audit your credit card statement right now if you're in a tough spot, and just look through everything. And you might be surprised. Maybe there's that app you bought on your game that game you bought. Like I've got the skate game and I paid for Apple Arcade because actually we were in the ER. Thank God. Sonia, my wife, she's in her 2nd trimester. We got super scary, but she's doing great. But we were in the ER for like hours. So now I'm like downloading video games. It's just coming to my mind right now. I'm like, that's like $5 a month. And so you go audit your credit card statement, see what you can clean up there. Tip number 1. Number 2 is put your money to work. And it could be, maybe you have money in savings and it's not going to maybe be a ton, but sometimes in your average savings account, you're like losing money. But there's maybe you can move it to like a higher interest savings account, or just think about ways to put your money that you do have for work for you, and to make sure you're investing in your greatest resource. And I think about investing even in yourself. Melissa on our team, you know, we're serious about the situation. We're thankful that the nature of our business right now is doing well because we're helping people online. But she's like, I don't want to take my job for granted. So she's been investing in like copywriting courses, and she's been investing in leveling up because she's saying, I want to produce as much value for my employer as possible. If you got a job right now, think about that. And that's putting your money to work so that you can make more money, increase your value. And then you could also sell your stuff. Like you might have some stuff around that you don't need, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and think about ways, because, you know, hopefully this is, you know, it could be weeks and months, but I mean, if you could get through 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, there's going to be a level of bounce back, a level of recovery, a level of being able to go outside eventually. And so you may just need to get a bridge from right here to where you are. So while you're bringing in side hustle money, experimenting with some of these things, think about ways to save money as well. Any thoughts on that, Angie?
Yeah, stop the bleeding, you guys. I'm all about investing in yourself, but also knowing where there's unnecessary expenses. To give you guys an idea, this was a beautiful blessing in the breakdown where I actually did this more than I should have been doing this more, but I am thankful that I did it. I had my finance team look over anything that I was paying for that I didn't need to be. And I've been paying for, you'll think this is funny, because I use Kajabi for my email marketing, right, guys? I don't have their email marketing system. I was paying for MailChimp $150 for the last 4 years every month. Didn't know because I wasn't diligently looking at that, and it went through the cracks. I don't know how, and little stuff like that. Yup. Haven't used MailChimp. Haven't used MailChimp in forever. Like, there we go. Could have not, wasted that money. So just look at your finances, you guys. Have an abundant mindset, but also realize, maybe there's some stuff that you're like, I really don't need that. It's a waste of time and money. So
really, really smart. And, a couple good questions are coming in. We definitely want to respect Angie Lee's time here, but I want to remind you that we launched a Facebook live show called Coffee with Cannell. By launch, we're one episode in, but it's a chance to just go do Q&A, and we actually bring people on using a software that we love called StreamYard. So if you do have some questions, we'd love to follow up. If you are a Facebook user, then we'll drop a link in that live chat to that. The final way, and we've already alluded to it, but just to speak to it, the best way to recession-proof your income, in our opinion, is to build a powerful personal brand. And what we mean by that is a personal brand is awareness. Like, you want to be the known go-to person when people know you for being that video editor or that virtual assistant or that health coach or that thought leader. It's having defined your unique value and skill and your positioning in the marketplace and having built results in that. And so even if you're starting from scratch, you're not going to build a personal brand overnight, but you can't wait any longer. This might be the kick in the pants that you need, but personal branding, I think it's a spotlight on how important it is to build a powerful personal brand. That is obviously a topic to go deeper on in the future. But what are your thoughts on that being the recession-proof way to, no matter what happens to the economy, to make sure you're in demand and you can always pivot and adapt and survive and thrive to no matter what happens in the economy?
Guys, a personal brand gives you choices. It gives you choices. And that's all I really want at the end of the day is I have multiple ways that I can make money. And the only way I can stand here confidently and say that is because I've busted my butt for 10 years. And I'm going to continue to double down on owning a personal brand. Hopefully till my 60s and 70s, I'm still doing this. I'll be on YouTube with Sean, real life baby grandma, And I thought I was telling my boyfriend Clay the other day, I woke up and I said, I'm so grateful about the decision I made when I was 19 years old to make my very first blog post and put myself out there. And I want that for you guys. I want you to be grateful in 5 years if this happens again, or who knows, just having that stability in a personal brand. Like, the greatest decision I ever made was not listen to anyone else and to do this, because now they're all, worried about what they're doing. And they were the people who were making fun of me for owning a personal brand online in 2010 when it wasn't cool. And now they just got fired from their accounting job. So own a personal brand, you guys. It's the safest thing you can do no matter what happens.
So smart. Angie Lee, if people do want to follow up with you, of course, your Instagram, but where can people connect with you, and what do you want to shout out?
Yeah, you guys can check me out at angielee.com, Angie Lee Show on Instagram, and the Angie Lee Show on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud.
The Angie Lee Show. So check her out, and thank you so much for coming on our show today. Think Media fam, I do want to remind you that around the topic of personal branding, of digital products, and really thriving and adapting and pivoting to these times, I've got a live class coming up. So if you want to register for that, ideatoincome.tips. And there's a link to everything in the show notes and the YouTube description that we talked about in this video. Hey, the video we want you to watch next, though, is all about affiliate marketing. And so you could just click or tap the screen to learn how to use YouTube and to generate income with affiliate marketing. And so click or tap the screen right now, and we will see you in the next video. Click or tap the screen. In this video, I'm going to be sharing how to make $100 per day using YouTube and affiliate marketing, and specifically sharing 5 strategies for making more money with affiliate marketing, even if you're just getting started. And they're kind of untold truths that I've learned over my last decade using affiliate marketing